It is February 15th, 2014, and the power just went out. It is 8 p.m., and I'm gonna go look for a Pokemon video game to play. Alright, here we go. Well, the power's back on. That was a power outage of about 2 hours. It did get me started in Pokemon Blue Rescue Team, but you know what? I'm not quite ready to go through the entire game quite yet. Of course, I will not 100% Blue Rescue Team, but I will eventually try to at least beat all of the legendaries in Pokemon Red Rescue Team, which might take a while. You know, I did participate in the Google Maps thing, however, I didn't know about Mew till it was too late.
Finally.
It only goes up to that. Let's open all the windows. Let's open some doors, and I'll try not to get hurt by the flying attacks. 30. Hey Blaziken, you're in the wrong yard. You gotta go over that way. Come on, Blazikens. Come on, Blazikens. Go that way. Come on, Blaziken. Go. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. This way. This way, guys. Blaziken. Hey, Blazikens. Come on. Come on. Blaze. No. Nope. 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 No. 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 Nope. Nope. Blazikens. Nope. Nope. That way. Blazikens. No. You gotta go that way. No, that way. Blazikens. It's like Space Invaders. Blaziken. That way. That way. Okay. Blazikens. Going this way. No. Peer pressure. You gotta go. Nope. Go that. You gotta go that way. Nope. Okay, Mega Blaziken. Okay. You guys, over here? You guys know where you guys live?
No! What is primal reversion?
I'm fine.
It's not gonna breathe venom onto us, is it?
Even if it was the most poisonous venom in the world, something that small could not deliver enough to kill us.
Really?
I don't know. But I'm putting my bets on it doesn't have the most poisonous venom in the world.
It sees us. It knows we're watching it.
But it does it know that I could put it on the internet? See if you can figure out what it is.
And so my quest began with the acquisition of the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire demo. There I caught a Galele that was holding its Megastone. And so, I prepared to return to the Hoenn region for real, but not before beating various games including Assassin's Creed Unity that takes place in Paris.
Hello, my name is Zelgerath, and today marks the beginning of my quest to return to the Hoenn region using Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the games that are coming out tonight. My objective is to complete both stories and obtain all of the Mega Pokemon that are only available in this game. I will also be looking for hints that might tell us what the next Pokemon game is going to be. Right now, I'm going to head to GameStop's midnight release for Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, as well as Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Let's go! The Hoenn quest has begun!
It was the first time I ever went to a midnight release for a Pokemon game, because, to my knowledge, it was the first time that there was a midnight release for a Pokemon game in my area. Although this only happened because many other games came out on the same day. Nick got into a battle with another real-life Pokemon trainer as we waited for midnight. I got Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and the Hoenn remakes.
Alright, whose house are we going to first?
Probably these two in the back seat, because that's the way it would be easier to drop off.
I have no food at my house.
You can grab food back at your place, Steve.
Like what?
Don't you need clothes too? Don't you need clothes too?
Old bread? That's what
Who's starting their games?
What if it's actually just a virtual console version of, like, the real Ruby and Sapphire?
Shit, they scammed us.
Yeah.
$20. 10 years.
You can't even trade. No, we're just gonna patch it later.
That sounds like every game nowadays.
Yeah.
Does anyone have an extra?
No, I can't sneak.
Extra what?
I need like drink, like time.
Well, I got spicy and I didn't even get a drink. So you can empathize with me.
You're gonna die.
Wait, should I do a max run?
No.
Max run of what?
You realize that'll take you 1,000 hours, right?
What's a max run?
Yeah.
What? Somebody tell me.
It's so dumb. It's like you name yourself Max or something, and then you go talk to your
Oh,
sister,
wait.
and then you run around in the first town for like 1,000 hours.
Oh.
Right?
And you never get a Pokemon.
Yeah. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it, basically. Should I do that?
No, that'd be wasting your time. What would you accomplish?
Do it afterward.
Oh, okay.
Do it ever.
Don't do it ever? Okay, sounds good.
Choosing Trico as my starter, I started my attempts to defeat the gym leaders and beat the main story. Then the time came to go on a quest for Kyogre. For a while, its reigns covered the entire region.
It's time for the Pokémon League!
On Victory Road, I fought against Wally, who had a keystone for Mega Evolution and an awesome new theme song. After defeating the Elite Four, I fought against Steve, the champion of the Hoenn League. It ended with a fight between two Metagross.
Something happening?
After finishing the story, a very important side story began called the Delta Episode.
Ooh, creepy.
Following Zinnia to the top of Sky Pillar, we attempted to summon Rayquaza to save the Hoenn region from a giant meteor quickly approaching from space. When Rayquaza learned the move Dragon Ascent, it became able to Mega Evolve, and so we went into space to stop the meteor. But something was inside that meteor in a surprising twist to the Pokemon series pattern. And so I caught Deexus, and now anyone can because of these Hoenn remakes. When I returned, Professor Birch was in trouble, so I helped him. I decided to start soaring around and found a mirage spot called Pathless Plain, which is the home of the Musketeer Trio, and to my understanding, it is accessible if there are Pokemon in your party that have full EVs. The thing about these mirage spots is that you generally don't have total control of which Pokemon show up there. There's a guide on Cerebi.net that should be able to help. Another place I found had the Sprite Trio from Sinnoh, and it was accessible because I had Pokemon with maximum happiness. Then I found a shiny Whalmer by accident. I was using a Super Rod. I started beating the Elite Four over and over again, and Professor Birch needed my help again. Then he needed my help yet again. I had to get a Banary to maximum friendship level, so I tried an old trick that I knew about from the original Ruby and Sapphire, but I'm not sure if it did anything because I was too impatient. Equipped with a Wailord in Relicanth, I went to an underwater cavern to unlock the legendary golem locations. This is the same way it was done in the original Ruby and Sapphire. First use Dig to open the first chamber, and then put Relicanth as the first in your party and Wailord as the last. And so I went to find Regice, Registeel, and Regirock. To open Regice's chamber, you need to read the Braille and then wait a few minutes. To get Regigigas, one step that you'll need to do is give Regice a nickname. The other steps are to have it hold a cold item like Never Melt Ice and obtain the other Regis. To open Registeel's chamber, you need to go into the center of the room and use Fly. To open Regirock's chamber, you need to read the Braille and then go right, down, and then use Strength. After talking to a girl in Pacific Log City, go back to Regice's chamber with all 3 legendary golems in your party. If Regice has a nickname and is holding a cold item, you should be able to fight Regigigas. In Amaratsu's cave, which is called the Scorched Slab in the Pokemon universe, Heatran can be found and fought. If you find the scanner in Sea Mauville, bring it to Captain Stern and he'll give you an item that you can use to find Lugia if you're playing Alpha Sapphire. Bring that item back to Sea Mauville and the battle will begin. If you have all 3 sprites from Sinnoh in your party, you can soar into the place where I found Dialga. It's a rift in space-time. If Cast Form is in your party, you'll be able to see the storm cloud where Thundurus is. Having Lugia or Ho-Oh in your party will cause a place where the legendary beasts appear. I trained my event Metagross all the way to level 100 in preparation to open the place where the Unova mascots can be battled. In Fabled Cave, I found Zekrom, the Pokemon of Ideals. And finally, with not much left to do in Alpha Sapphire, I got Cosplay Pikachu and checked out its forms.
What just happened? Are you kidding?
Swablu, more like Swa Yellow.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know how I encountered something. I didn't see anything show up. But I just caught a shiny Swablu! Okay, so generally speaking, my objective is to get all of the Mega Pokemon as well as get all of the legendaries. So at this point, I am sort of stuck in Alpha Sapphire because all of the things that I can do are things I have to wait for. For instance, in order to capture Slowpoke, I need to wait for a special area to open up, which is randomly chosen every midnight. And the chances of that happening within a given night is 1 out of 32 or 33. I also need to wait for Raikou to appear again, although I'm not exactly sure when that happens. I assume it happens around midnight or midday. And finally, Cresselia is another Pokemon whose Mirage Spot is random. So, what this means is I have to move on to the next thing. It is time for me to get my Mega Galele transferred from my demo. Alright, now that I've done that, I'm gonna start Omega Ruby.
In my second game files, I've lately tended to choose the female character and run through the story quickly. I was able to do this by trading my Mudkip starter Pokemon to Alpha Sapphire, running through the Elite Four once, and trading the fully evolved Swampert back to Omega Ruby. Because its OT did not change, it listened completely to the trainer in Omega Ruby, and so my friends happened to be at HQ when I blew through most of the story. Josh, however, became aware of something he must have encountered while shopping on Black Friday.
I got the Eon ticket.
So explain what happened.
I was randomly checking my BuzzNav and I found that I got an Eon ticket.
And so how do you transfer it to us?
Street Pass.
Okay, we gotta go street passing.
Before the night was over, I got all the way to the part of the game where Steve gave me Latios. Keep in mind that I had been playing that file for about 3 hours by that time. I sure do love doing crazy stuff. Groudon caused a big problem for the Hoenn region, and so I had to go after it. After getting all the badges, I brought my level 100 Metagross to Omega Ruby and finished the Elite Four. Of course, I completed the Delta episode again to get another Deexis. But actually, I fainted it by accident, so after beating the Elite Four yet again, I found it on the top of Sky Pillar. The games have never really allowed legendaries to permanently faint since before Diamond and Pearl. I went off and caught Tornadus and Reshiram, which are exclusives to Omega Ruby. I found the scanner again to get Ho-Oh's item, and fought it at Sea Mauville, just like I did for Lugia in Alpha Sapphire. The last thing I needed to do in Omega Ruby was to catch Palkia. So I brought the Sprite Trio over to quickly unlock the Rupture in Space-Time.
I'm sending some Pokemon back into Alpha Sapphire. These 3 will unlock new Pokemon to capture in Alpha Sapphire. This one I'm just sending over because I want it in Sapphire. And these 3 I'm sending back to Sapphire, having done their job in Ruby.
With both Tornadus and Thundurus in my party, I found Landorus's Cloud and took it on. Likewise with Palkia and Dialga in my party, the Rupture opened into the Distortion world. That's where I caught Giratina. While the legendary Pokemon of Truth and Ideals were in my party, I went to the Gnarled Den and battled against Kyurem, the Grey Dragon of Indecision. When all of that was done, Nick texted me giving me advice on how to open Mirage spots I needed. I can confirm that you can soft reset for the Mirage spot you want if you save before connecting to the internet, and turn the game off without saving if you don't like the Mirage spots you get from other people.
So I'm pretty psyched that I get to catch a Slowpoke now, because that is the last Pokemon I need to train to get a Mega Pokemon.
I finally caught Raikou and went to capture the last legendary in these games, Cresselia. Or was it the last legendary? I was forgetting one thing. I needed to go to Nick's house.
Okay, I'm at Nick's house, and I think that we got this to work. He has the Eon ticket, so let's see if this happened. Oh, yeah! Thanks, Nick, for the Eon tickets. I'm gonna head back to Team Unknown HQ and see if I can take care of this. I'm going to capture both Latios and Latias in an actual battle, instead of it being given to us by Steven.
And so I did the Eon Ticket event in both of the Hoenn remakes. Back in the original Ruby and Sapphire, the Eon Ticket was a real event, but it wasn't nearly as cool as the events like the Aurora Ticket in Fire Red and Leaf Green or the tickets to Navel Rock. I'm not sure if we ever got an old sea chart in Emerald, but I know at least the Japanese did. I traded all my Mega Pokemon from Y to Alpha Sapphire. Then I put them in the National Pokedex order. Bringing my Deontay to a Pokemon Center triggered the event that got me Deontay's Mega Stone. Here are all of the Mega Pokemon so far, and some Primals. I went ahead and used my living Pokedex and bank to instantly fill my Pokedex in Alpha Sapphire. And then I visited Game Freak, vacationing in Lily Cove City. While going through these remakes, I talked to many characters looking for any references I could find to other regions. Those references usually indicate what remake they'll be working on next. The problem I encountered this time is that there are way too many references to all of the major regions in this game. Some indicate that Az's story has not yet been completed, implying that we're going to see a Z version or an X2 and Y2. Of course, there are some references to Sinnoh here and there, but I actually found more references to Kanto, which is confusing because they've never made a remake of a game that already had a remake. That said, I feel that there's a real possibility of them making remakes of Fire Red and Leaf Green with Mew and or Celebi catchable within the story. I wouldn't be surprised though if the next remake is of the Sinnoh games, as we should theoretically expect. One thing to also consider is what Mega Pokemon will appear in the next title, whether that's Z, X2, Y2, or whatever. I noticed what might be a pattern between the Mega Pokemon in X and Y, and those introduced in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Certain pairs of Mega Pokemon became completed with the Hoenn Remake's Mega Evolution editions. For example, Gardevoir got a Mega form in X and Y, while Gallade got his in Oris. Also, Mawile got a Mega form in X and Y, while Sableye got its Mega in Oris. Finally, Scizor got a Mega in X and Y, while Steelix got its in Oris. The connections between the Pokemon I mentioned may not be immediately obvious, but for longtime players you'll certainly realize that the connections are there. That said, there were also 3 halves of Mega pairs introduced in these new games that have not yet been complemented. Namely, Beedrill, Slowbro, and Glalie. Their counterparts are Butterfree, Slowking, and Frostlass, whose Megas I think will appear in the next wave of Mega Evolutions. Ever since starting my real-life Pokemon organization when I was 10, I always wanted it to be possible for multiple people to appear in one secret base. Now that possibility is a reality, and so I present to you my secret base. There you can fight me as well as Nick, Josh, Brian, Dave, and Michael. Just scan this QR code into your game and it should work. If you're having trouble, feel free to send me a mention on Twitter. I am @Zelgerath. And so that was my adventure. It was fun, but it seems now that I'll be waiting for the next game to come out. I'm going to try to post the Yellow Quest before that day comes. It's an abridged Let's Play of Yellow, Red, and Blue that I recorded in 2009, in which I caught all 151 Pokemon using only Pokeballs and Safari Balls. I've edited the videos of the Yellow Quest and just need to add commentary. I also included a special feature for those of you who have Pokedex 3D Pro for your 3DS. But using that feature is optional for your enjoyment of the series. Until next time, this is Zelgerath, signing out.